Y'all, the drama surrounding Diddy and his connections keeps getting messier by the day. The latest tea, Steve Harvey, the iconic host and so-called family man, allegedly might have pimped his daughter to Diddy. Now, it's no shock that Diddy is with someone much younger. He's known for that. But what's really surprising fans is that Steve Harvey would allow his daughter to be with Diddy. And people can't help but wonder, at what cost? If you've been keeping up with Diddy since his early rap days, you probably already know all about his past and why he's been caught up in some recent legal drama. But if you're a little out of the loop and wondering how Steve Harvey fits into all of this, let me break it down for you. So, back in 2019, rumors started flying that Diddy was romantically involved with Steve Harvey's daughter, Lori Harvey. And as you can imagine, people were shocked. Many couldn't believe that Steve, known for his family man image, would be okay with his daughter dating someone with Diddy's wild reputation. He loves his daughter so much, and you can clearly see it.
You know, when I come out with my parents, I just bring my wallet for decoration. I never actually plan to use it.
So, we don't get how he can allow it. So, Diddy's legendary parties have always been the talk of Hollywood. The fact that Steve Harvey let his daughter step into that world had people seriously questioning his judgment. Like, does Steve even care? It's wild to think about, right? But that's what a lot of folks are wondering now that more details are coming out. The latest gossip is that Steve allegedly sold his daughter to Diddy in exchange for some personal gain. But is there any truth to that? Or is it just another crazy rumor making the rounds? But wait, there's more. The big question on everyone's mind is, what's next for Steve? Could he end up in legal trouble like Diddy? And have he or Lori been involved in any of Diddy's questionable activities? Fans are buzzing with theories. Some believe Diddy might have manipulated Steve into his schemes, or even blackmailed him using Lori as leverage. It's all speculation, but with Diddy's reputation, nothing seems too far-fetched. Word on the street is that Jackson allegedly criticized Steve for not properly guiding Lori, particularly during her rumored romance with Diddy back in 2019. Lori was 22 at the time, while Diddy was 49. The two were first spotted vacationing in Cabo, and later, they were seen having dinner with Steve and Marjorie Harvey in Italy. Fans were quick to raise eyebrows over the 27-year age gap, with many feeling it was way too much for a typical relationship. Take a look at what Nick Cannon had to say.
Supposedly dating Lori Harvey. Yeah. And what's that age difference? That's like 20-something years?
But at least, she's big buff.
Lori Harvey.
She's what, 23?
Let's look it up. Let's look this up.
And he's 49.
He's 22.
22 and 49.
Diddy is 49 years old.
Oh, man.
That is a 27-year difference.
Do you have a problem with that?
That's an interesting question. Do I have a problem with that? Not so much.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I'd be heartbroken if that was my daughter.
And they're hanging out with Steve Harvey and her mom and everything else like that.
To each his own. But I would feel like I failed as a father.
I think most
if I'm sitting across from the table with a dude the same age as me that's dating my daughter, I would feel like I failed. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Her mother is 54 years old. Her mother is 5 years older than Puffy.
Some even accuse Diddy of using his friendship with Steve to date Lori. That's why, supposedly, Jackson thinks Steve didn't do his job as a father. Because in his eyes, if he had, Lori wouldn't have gotten involved with someone old enough to be her dad. Of course, this is all speculation since neither Diddy nor Lori ever confirmed they were dating. Diddy's son, Justin Combs, dropped some subtle hints, but nothing was made official. Despite this, some fans still believe Diddy's been falling short as a father. And now, the rumors are getting juicier, with reports suggesting that Steve might be taking orders from Diddy, which could even be affecting his own family. These whispers aren't just about Steve, though. They also include Lori. A few months ago, Lori sat down with E! News host Adrienne Bailon for an interview where she talked about constantly hearing dating rumors involving people she's never even met.
I got that. Now, so many things get written about you in the press, but I've always wanted to know, what is like the biggest misconception about who Lori Harvey is?
It's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Like full-blown stories I've heard. I've dated a father and son before.
Not true?
While Lori has been seen with Diddy a few times, she made it clear that they were never romantically involved. But back in the day, the media had a different story, with rumors flying that Lori and Diddy started dating in July 2019. Now, fans are left wondering, was Diddy really the guy we all thought he was? Fans were intrigued because Steve Harvey is known for being a family man, someone who always put his family first and kept them close. Take a look at what he says about his family.
You got 3 kids, Marjorie had kids. How was the blended family? How did that work, Steve?
Oh, that shit hard. That
I thought you were gonna get me cool by y'all. Like, oh,
no, that shit hard, dog. They wasn't in agreement. They went bowling one night in Memphis when me and Margie first got together. We brought all the kids together, all 7 of them. And all the girls went bowling and came back and decided they didn't want us to get married and said they don't think it's the right thing to do. And they need more time to get to know us. And I'm sitting up here looking at some people that ain't got shit. I'm sitting up here going, y'all ain't got a relationship, a good-ass job, a career. I'm paying for colleges and shit. I don't know how I'm listening to y'all making some damn decisions. Y'all ain't got one boyfriend that done worked thus far. So I don't know how the hell you finna tell me how to live. My sons was over there cool with it. Broderick, Jason, and Wynton, they sitting over there, they cool with everything.
Right.
The 4 girls.
So when rumors started about Diddy allegedly dating his daughter, it caught a lot of people off guard. Their connection goes way back to the 2000s when Diddy was dominating the rap scene. Back then, during the height of the East Coast-West Coast feud, Steve tried to play peacemaker. He even had Diddy and Snoop Dogg on the Steve Harvey show to show unity between the rival sides. But recently, Suge Knight, speaking from prison on his podcast, stirred the pot by accusing Steve of playing both sides. He claimed that while Steve acted like he wanted peace, he was secretly bad-mouthing West Coast rappers. Suge also said Steve has always sided with Diddy, which led fans to speculate that maybe Steve is on Diddy's payroll.
You got Steve Harvey, old bitch ass. You know, this motherfucker telling him, well, fuck Pac, according to everybody else. He brings Snoop and Puffy on there and say, these the dudes who's running this shit in the East Coast, West Coast shit.
What's up, Snoop?
What's up, Puff? Hey, whoa, wait a minute, fellas here, hold up. You know, I know all about this East Coast, West Coast rivalry thing here, but we in Chicago now. This rivalry stuff, we gotta stop it, man. We stop that, we stop a lot of this violence.
Yo, Steve, check this, man. All that East Coast, West Coast stuff is a bunch of media hype. It's been my dog from day one, you know what I'm saying? It's all good between me and him. That's my peoples.
For real, that's what we came in for. We came in to light it up and ride it up. We made music.
If that's true, it wouldn't be far-fetched to think Steve couldn't stop his daughter from dating Diddy because of all he's gained from their friendship. Some even believe Steve might be using his daughter to pay back Diddy for all the favors over the years. What makes things even more complicated is the rumor that Lori might have dated both Diddy and his son, Justin Combs. At one point, Lori and Justin were reportedly spotted at parties and on dinner dates, but they never confirmed or denied the rumors, leaving fans to speculate even more. Recently, when the topic came up in the media, Lori denied ever dating either Diddy or his son. She explained that the rumors were just misunderstandings about her connections with both the Harvey and Combs families. In an interview with Adrienne Bailon on E! News, she cleared the air, saying,
I've heard I've dated a father and son before.
Not true?
Absolutely not true. And I've even heard that I'm a lesbian at one point. So, you know, there's been a lot of different things.
A
lot of stories, a lot of misconceptions.
Does it entertain you?
Earlier in the interview, Lori talked about all the rumored relationships she's been linked to and found the whole thing pretty amusing. She even said,
it's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
It's hard not to notice the string of high-profile men Lori Harvey has been linked to over the years. Athletes, musicians, actors, you name it. From Memphis Depay and Future to Michael B. Jordan, Justin Combs, and of course, Diddy, the oldest of the bunch. Her dating history has always been a hot topic. On a recent episode of The Steve Harvey Show, Steve took it upon himself to boost Diddy's image, presenting him as a generous philanthropist now focused on supporting a school in Harlem. Steve even said, "You've got to understand when you come from these neighborhoods," before giving Diddy the stage. And Diddy didn't waste the chance to build himself up. Steve kept the compliments flowing, highlighting Diddy's contributions to the school. Naturally, Diddy thanked everyone for helping him look good. But there are whispers that Steve isn't just cleaning up Diddy's image. He may be covering up something about their relationship. Rumors suggest that Steve Harvey could have a hidden attraction to men. Civil rights activist Essie Berry, known for her work defending victims of injustice, dropped some major tea about Steve's questionable masculinity. She claimed that Steve's ex-wife Mary and his son discovered something unusual in their home, a secret room with a digital lock. One day, while Steve was out of town, Mary, her niece, and his son managed to crack the code. Inside, they found a large desk with a jar of Vaseline in the drawer. And the bombshell? Pictures of men displayed on the computer screen?
Why come out now? And another question to that is, why go on YouTube and voice your frustrations?
In the process of getting to this point, I had been working on myself personally, dealing with a lot of personal trauma that this caused in my life and caused in my son's life. So the YouTube video allowed me to sit down in my own space and time and to say the things that needed to be said without the clip and the cut and leave this out. I wanted a total first-hand reaction to some of the things that I was saying.
Mary recently revealed a shocking claim that Steve Harvey may have had a romantic relationship with Bill Cosby. Just the idea of Steve being associated with someone like Bill certainly raises eyebrows, especially considering Bill's notorious past. If you think you know the depth of Cosby's scandals, you might want to reconsider. Over 60 women have accused him of misconduct, significantly damaging his once stellar reputation. Despite the overwhelming evidence against him, Steve Harvey chose to stand by Bill. And he didn't just do it quietly, he actively defended him during interviews and at every opportunity. Can you imagine that? It takes real guts to back someone facing such serious allegations. Most people would steer clear of a figure as controversial as Cosby, but not Steve. He showed unwavering support, seemingly indifferent to the potential damage to his own image. It's quite surprising to see Steve, who has always projected the image of a family man and comedian, so committed to supporting someone in such a precarious situation. This has naturally sparked discussions about the nature of Steve and Bill's relationship. Many are questioning Steve's steadfast loyalty, especially in light of what Essie Berry disclosed regarding their supposed romance. Essie shared that Steve's ex-wife Mary reached out to her for support during their contentious divorce, revealing some troubling information. Mary allegedly told Essie about a night she went to Bill Cosby's home to visit his wife, only to find Steve there as well, dining with Bill and his wife. Mary joined them, but noticed that Steve was getting a bit too cozy with Bill's wife, pouring drinks and having a great time. Things took a bizarre turn when Mary claimed Steve took Bill's wife to the bedroom after mixing her a drink. That's when Mary decided she'd had enough and left. She suspected something wasn't right, not because Steve had feelings for Bill's wife, but because she believed he actually wanted to be alone with Bill. When Steve finally came home hours later, Mary noticed an unusual scent on him, one she recognized from Bill. When she questioned him about it, Steve's answer was quite odd. With these revelations coming from his own ex-wife, people are starting to question what kind of man Steve really is. Is he truly the family man we once thought he was, the one who built his career around comedy and family values? For many fans, it doesn't seem that way, and given all the rumors surrounding Diddy's wild parties, it raises a critical question. Could Steve genuinely be unaware of what his daughter was involved in, or did he give his approval? A user commented, "I always felt Steve Harvey is shady. From the way he treated his ex-wives was unbelievable, so don't be surprised if he comes up next in the shady business." The drama surrounding Steve Harvey, Diddy, and Lori Harvey is far from over. With rumors about hidden relationships and questionable loyalties going around, fans are really curious about how deep this goes. Will Steve talk about all the gossip, or will he keep quiet? And what does this mean for Lori as she tries to find her way through all this chaos? As new details come out, we'll be here to break it down for you. What do you think? Can Steve navigate through this mess, or is he in over his head? If you're just as surprised as we are, make sure to stay tuned for the latest updates. This story is just getting interesting, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Hit that follow button so you won't miss a beat. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.